just a good old boy.
Morning, YouTube. Today we're going to be doing a lot of different things, but I've got to go get the rest of the hay we baled the other day. So we'll go do that first. Part of this hay was some that was at the house. Pieces of rolls that I dumped out of the baler's been sitting there a while. There's 3 on this side on the truck. That's where they come from. That's why they look like they do. They've been sitting there for a long time. They was baled with the plows. That's how long they've been there. We're loading all this up. It's all cow hay. Take the chicken house. So I've got to load these handful up that's on this side, then we gotta go to the other side of the creek, and I'll finish loading the rest of the trailer. Hope y'all can hear me alright, because I ain't got my mic today. But I hate, you won't hear me say I hate things very often. Especially on equipment, because I'll just never talk about it. But I can honestly say I hate this tight attachment adapter that converts from a Euro style quick hitch hookup on the front loader to a skid steer style plate hookup like Bobcats and everybody here is a skid steer. I hate this thing. The pins on it and the springs that hold the pins down are nowhere near the right size. Everything I put on this thing, whether it's the hay spear, it's the grapples, buckets, whatever I put on this thing pops off. If you put just a little bit of force downward trying to push something down, it will pop off. Whatever you're using, the spear will come loose, the pins will pop up and allow the spear, whatever you're using, to fall off. And it is the most aggravating thing there ever has been to me. I cannot stand it. It just irritates the living crap out of me. Never buy a Titan attachment piece of equipment or adapter. I can't say anything about their other stuff because I ain't had it. Their adapters are terrible. Terrible. I have already had to modify this thing. Y'all may remember if you've been watching for a while. I did a video on me modifying it and fixing it because it broke. The frame on it broke, so we went in and we reinforced everything, put it back, made it a lot stouter. But the pins still break away, and I hate this thing. We bought it right after we got the tractor, because the tractor, this 931 loader, has Euro style quick attach. Well, I like the Euro style over skid steer quick attach on tractors. Hands down, I'd 10 times rather have the Euro style. But the problem is, I've got 2 skid steers, and I have a lot of attachments, such as the grapples, that I use on those, and I want to use them on a tractor. So I need a tractor or an adapter that I can put on the tractor, so that way I can use those if I want to. Because like the square bell grapples, this spear, different stuff, the skid steer hookup, and I like my attachments. That's what I want to do. The 4610 had skid steer hookup. I never liked it when we had it. It never broke loose. Never had no issues with that. But just hooking it up, you can't see the lip to hook those pieces under on the tractors, and to where it's easy to hook up. It's a pain in the rear end. You have to guess where everything's at, and a lot of times it's a pain in the butt to hook up. Euro style, you just roll it up the bar over and hook it under the hooks, and it automatically latches and everything. You don't have to do anything. It's really easy. Really easy, and they're stouter too. They're stouter than the skid steer as far as the breakaway. You can see it's got both right there. That black piece between it and the thorn is the adapter. Well, I've seen other ones, and I've seen a lot of people use these, and they work good. But this tight one is junk. I wish I could get my money back on it. It just pisses me off every time I use it. I've never liked this thing from the moment we got it. Last one. I have the coal bales out. I already hauled all the good hay out yesterday. This will have all the coals out. Now we gotta go deliver a bunch of square bales, so I gotta load the grapple on the truck. That is a real pain in the butt. Oh, that's wheat straw, by the way. That's not hay, in case you're wondering. It's been here for a while. But that thing's a real pain in the butt to get on there, because the little kickstand's been out a little bit. I tried to bend it in, and trying to get this thing stay on and that side, and it just barely fits normally, is a pain in the butt. But I got it on there. Ready to go. That doesn't ready to go too. Well, we on the way. Trucking. Rolling through Nelson. Oh, I almost forgot to mention this is back. In case y'all were wondering, we got it back here earlier this week. There's the new bumper. It's done got a little dirty. Been using it a little bit the last few days, hauling hay and stuff. There's the fender that was all dented up. Got it all straightened out. It had chrome pieces here originally, chrome accent aftermarket pieces, and it had fender flares, but all that was taken off whenever it got tore up when it was wrecked. But they got everything fixed on it. The only thing I got to do, I hadn't done yet, is I got to put those LED cab lights on and wire them up, and I got to put the new grill in it. Here's the one that was off the donor truck that was busted. And there's the hood that was rusted all to pieces. That's it. She's back on the road. I like it, especially with that bumper on it. They're getting a red one, red and black one. And Dad said it called and said that the track came off the, or tried to come off the skid steer. Turn the air on. He said the track tried to come off the skid steer. He said he backed up and it popped back on, but it's about to come off. It's got in two different places, the belts inside the rubber on the track are broken. They're about on one of them. The tracks are about to come off the thing. They're shot, and we've got to go get some new ones to go on it. And that's going to be coming up, and I got to put new tracks on the track motor. So right now I'm going to run down here and see how bad this thing is. He's got 3 rolls left. I just noticed my grandpa taped the dash. I don't know if I've showed that on this truck. This truck's dash is busted all to pieces from where it sets along outside, and I've got to get a new top piece to go on this one. And I was looking into getting them. He told me to, that we should get one to go on it, because that one was falling apart. It looked terrible, and I guess he decided just to duct tape it for now. So you got the hay, you just toted it right in there and dropped it off. Trying to get this thing home so that way I can use the backhoe to change the tracks out. It's the other side that's the loose. I tighten the tracks up, but if I do, it's going to break the other side's belt that's holding the track still together, and it's going to, the whole thing will break in two and come off, and then I really will be in a mess. See right there? Right here, the belt's broke. It's also broke right in there too. The actual belt is. It's still holding right here, but it's about to come off. Take her to the house. There it is, broke. Got her on. We're headed down the road. He decided he didn't want to drive a truck. He want to drive up. And y'all know how to drive a 2-speed axle? Right here. This ain't like the newer trucks. The transmission is 2-speed. These, the axle's 2-speed. You have to pull that little red knob. It makes the axle go to a different gear. The shift, you gotta go neutral, push down, put it in gear, let it out, and then the transmission, the rear end will go in gear on these Chevys. Pull up, high. A little bit of tidbit information for today. My horn's over here, it's easy to push. The steering wheel was long gone. Hell, the steering wheel's busted. You need the new steering wheel too. What do you do? Working on a farm salary. Low side. High side. It stays a 5-speed. It makes it a 10-speed. That's what it does. And it certainly needs it, because this dang thing ain't got no power at all. It's got a 366 big block in it, and it is the weakest thing I've ever ever driven in my life. It wouldn't pull a hair out of a cat's ass. But you'll get there. Nice and slow. It's got a dual barrel poly on it too. Or no, a 4-barrel Holland. Not the original carburetor. Probably need to put some bigger jets in it to make it dump a little more fuel to it, but my God, this thing already drains gas, something awful. I'd hate to see it if I did that. This is something the younger generation don't know how to do and never even seen, because these things are pretty well non-existent anymore. 2-speed axles. I'm sure a lot of farm kids knows how to use them, because that's about the only place you see them. But outside of that, you ain't gonna see none. You gotta push the clutch in when you shift up. Shift it down, you don't. On these. Now, the other trucks, 2 speeds are different. Chevy was always a little odd. See, watch what I do here. Y'all can see. I go to the lower side of high. I have to push that button before I go to shift, or it won't shift down. Now I'm in high. Truck's air brakes. A lot of these trucks were just hydraulic brakes. This one has air, which I like air brakes better on these bigger trucks. They work better, in my opinion. Pull in here and unload this thing. I have to go get some tracks for it later this week. I'm gonna need this thing. Pull this thing in next to the Massey's. I really like this thing, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. If you want one, go get one there. It'll give you probably the best price you can find anywhere. Really like this thing. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but we got the hay off and delivered. I don't like to film where I drop my hay off at for a lot of reasons. Well, today's the next day. I'm in Houston, Georgia at TEC Tractor and Equipment, Komatsu dealer over here in Houston, Georgia. Y'all familiar with this area? Got a ride home, picking up tracks. Stay tuned for next time. We'll be putting tracks on the New Holland.